Hi guys, it's April now. I'm still caught up with some of the games in March, but hey, it's a new month already. And here are some of the biggest games coming in April. Let's not waste any more time and start the list. Let's start with the one I've put quite some attention to. This is Clair Obscur Expedition 33, an upcoming turn-based RPG from Sandfall Interactive. The story is about the world under the control of Painters, an all-powerful entity who erase 1 year of humanity's existence every cycle. And this year, it's the number 33 that goes up to the name of Expedition 33. You will be playing as the last resistance to take down the Painters and destroy the final erasure to break the cycle. What makes me interested to the game is the beauty of its art direction. The world feels like dreamlike fantasy with some dark twist anomaly. Kinda like watching Ghibli films, but you play as the character. And not to mention that you can explore the world freely is another plus point, since the art style is incredibly stunning. The combat also feels fresh, even though I'm not a turn-based RPG enjoyer. This game has such a great visual animation, and you can even have a real-time interaction such as quick-time event encounters, which I think quite rare in turn-based game, yet I appreciate the feature. So if you are a fan of deep storytelling with great visual and turn-based game like Persona or classic Final Fantasy, I think you should give it a try, since the game is coming on April 24, 2025 for PlayStation 5, Xbox X and S, and PC. Tempest Rising is a real-time strategy game that brings back the Command and Conquer vibes. The game is a classic base-building real-time strategy game set in an alternate universe of 1997, years after the Cuban Missile Crisis escalated into nuclear World War III and left the survival battles over a mysterious resource called Tempest. You will take on the roles of Commander, featuring 3 unique factions. The Tempest Dynasty consists of Eastern Europeans and Asian countries, the Global Defense Force, which is the cooperation between USA and Western Europe, and the third faction, which will come soon after the release. I think we all know that the game is heavily inspired by Command & Conquer, from the base building, factions, and even the narrative, with some World War Commander speaking through the screen like we used to see in classic RTS. Even though the RTS genre has been declining for a decade, Tempest Rising is up to the challenge to be the next successor of what EA failed to do, which is bring back the Command & Conquer back to life. So if you are interested, the game will be released on April 24, 2025 exclusively for PC.
You all know the drill. Run your routes.
The Last of Us Part 2 Remastered has finally come to PC. The game originally released back in 2020, exclusively for PlayStation. These action-adventure games offer enhanced visual, improved performance, and some gameplay feature. The story still follows Ellie's journey in the world full of zombies and religious cult, delivering one of the most intense and emotional narratives in the story. And what's new in the remastered version? Obviously, we know about the graphical enhancement and unlocked frame rates with PC-specific features like DLSS, FSR, and ultrawide support. But there is a new mode called No Return, which is a randomized combat encounters with different characters and loadout. This one is for you who likes to have some challenge and probably has done the story many times. So for you guys who missed out the PlayStation version, finally you can play The Last of Us Part 2 on April 3rd, 2025, this time for PC.
Remember this day, Hunter. We were built for victory. We are humanity's last chance.
Steel Hunters is a free-to-play PvPe shooters featuring futuristic mech battles, which has seen a surge in popularities among gamers lately. The game combines elements from battle royale, hero shooters, and extraction shooter genre, where you, as a player, control mechs called Hunters. Each of you has unique abilities and roles, and then you engage in a match as a duo. You will start at level 1, collecting resources and leveling up during the match to enhance your mech's abilities. This progression system encourages players to constant battles and strategic planning. The visual design is quite detailed with destructible environments, dynamic weather effects, and tons of AI mechs giving you the vibes of what mecha battles are supposed to be. For now, there are only 7 mechs available at release, with update every 4 to 6 weeks regularly, promising more content. I think the mech shooter genre is currently having a revival and a quite promising future if it delivers on its promise. It could be a must-play for someone who loves mecha and tactical shooters, and yes, it's also coming for early access this month on April 2nd, 2025, only for PC.
Unleash the hunter within.
South of Midnight is a single-player action-adventure game set in the mythical reimagining of the American Deep South, blending folklore, dark fantasy, and deep storytelling. You will play as Hazel, a young woman whose hometown is destroyed by a hurricane. This catastrophe drives Hazel into a southern gothic realities where folklore and reality intertwine, with some mythical creatures emerging from the deep. This game blends a narrative-driven exploration, puzzle solving, and third-person combat with some unique stop-motion inspired animations. The game also has a distinct art style and a deep southern folklore atmosphere. Even though it's not a traditional open-world action game, the story-driven experience and storytelling are the selling points for this type of game. And if you're interested, the game is finally coming on April 8, 2025 for Xbox X and S and PC.
So, tell us how this all began.
Commandos' origin takes the beloved real-time tactics formula from the classic Commando series and modernized it for the new generation. Set during the World War II, this game served as a prequel, bringing back the Green Berets, snipers, and other elite commandos as they embark on the dangerous mission behind enemy lines. This series is known for stealth-based strategy gameplay requiring players to outthink and outmaneuver enemies rather than engage in direct combat. There are 6 unique characters, each whom has different skills and abilities, from brute force, snipers, and even spies disguised tactic. The mission design is unique. It lets you pick multiple ways to complete objective. Whether through stealth, sabotage, or strategic positioning, you pick your way as long as the mission succeeded. Commandos Origin is a promising return for a legendary franchise. They might polish it with Unreal Engine with realistic weather effects and detailed environment, yet the game still has the classic deep tactical gameplay, great for newcomers and longtime fans who might have waited decades for the prequel. But worry not, the game will finally release on April 9th, 2025 for PlayStation 5, Xbox X and S, and PC.
It's time.
You know, I always put at least one horror games in our top 10, and this month we got one called Post-Trauma. This is a survival horror game heavily inspired by classics like Silent Hill and Resident Evil, blending fixed camera angle, puzzle solving, and psychological horror elements. The game follows Roman, a middle-aged man who wakes up in a nightmarish world filled with distorted environment, a lot of eerie creatures, and unsettling mysteries. His only goal? To survive and find a way home. As simple as that. For those who are asking why the fixed camera angle, it is like early Resident Evil vibes. The game used cinematic camera perspective to enhance tension and unease. I think the game aims to capture the essence of classical survival horror games while also introducing modern graphics to enhance the psychological terror with deep storytelling, great for fans of slow burn horror games. If you are looking for a new horror games to play, Post-Trauma is coming on April 22nd, 2025 for PlayStation 5, Xbox X and S, and PC. This is a side-scrolling action RPG set in the dark fantasy world overrun by nightmarish creatures. Inspired by Souls-like combat and classic Metroidvania exploration, the game puts you in the role of warrior who must wield powerful abilities to fight corrupt beings and uncover the mysteries of a dying world. The game has a dark fairy tale visual, with haunting environments and fluid characters animation. Great for those who like Dark Souls aesthetics but prefer to play more Metroidvania type of gameplay. This one could be a great choice for a player who looking for immersive action RPG like Hollow Knight or Blasphemous type of game. And if you are up to the challenge, make sure to try it yourself when the game releases on April 17, 2025 for PlayStation 5, Xbox X and S, PC, and Switch.
A word in private.
Fatal Fury Series of the Wolf marks the long-awaited returns of SNK legendary franchise. After 26 years, we got a new entry for the series. To be honest with you, I've never seen any digital version of this game besides playing it on the arcade back when I was a kid. So this is quite an exciting game to try if you never played one. The game brings back fan-favorite characters, a fresh visual style, and new mechanics that aim to modernize the classic gameplay while keeping its competitive depth the same as it was. Still in 2D, but Fatal Fury was enhanced to modern graphics with more comic-accurate visual, new mechanics, and a new ref system where you can enhance your movement, do cancel attacks, and special abilities, providing more combos potential with better animation. The game revealed a total roster of 14 characters, including OG like Terry or Mai Shiranui for now. The rest are coming with DLC and collab with Street Fighter 6. By the way, we got a guest character. Guess what? Cristiano Ronaldo, the one that no one ever thought would join the roster, but here he is. What a great collab! With Fatal Fury Series of Wolf, SNK is bringing back one of its most iconic franchise. And if you're a veteran or newcomers who's looking for fighting games like Street Fighter, Fatal Fury is a great choice since it is coming on April 24th, 2025 for PlayStation, Xbox X and S, and PC. The upcoming release of Forza Horizon 5 to PlayStation 5 is historic for Forza title, since this is the first one to ever exist for a non-Xbox console. Originally launched in 2021 for Xbox and PC, Forza Horizon has been celebrated for their expansive open-world design and one of the best visuals in video games. The game sets in the vibrant coast of Mexico, with a tons of freedom to explore the vast open world from the last jungle to the desert biome, while participating in competitive races and challenges. But what's new in PlayStation 5 release? To be honest, nothing really new. But since this is PlayStation 5, it might have a faster loading time, and you guessed it, DualSense controller features, baby. And hey, I'm one of the PC Forza 5 enjoyers, so to know that we can cross-play with Xbox and PlayStation is like a huge win for the gaming community. And yes, I think the PlayStation and Xbox console war can finally settle down for a moment and enjoy the game they shared together. By the way, for PlayStation 5 players, the game is finally going to your device on April 29, 2025, which is also already available for Xbox X and S and PC. And that's wrap out our top 10 games for April. Maybe there are less huge games this time, but let's be honest, we might still occupied with all the game releases since the start of 2025, and I couldn't be grateful than that. Anyway, if there is any game that I missed, make sure to tell me in the comment section, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like the video if you like the video. It's been a great month, and we will see what's coming next. Thank you for watching until the end, and I'll see you again next time. Stay no lab, guys.